This is Rachel Smith with First Protective, and this month we are talking about the different riders that are inside life insurance contracts. And in the recent years, long-term care and chronic illness riders have been exploding, and they're very, very popular. The reason being is that we're very concerned that our clients are going to probably need some type of care sometime in the future, and if they don't do any planning, they're going to have to spend down all of their assets to do that. And I'm going to take a few minutes to focus on chronic illness and make sure you're not confused about how this rider works and tell you some of the benefits that it actually offers to you. So right here, it is what's new with chronic illness riders, and we have the 3 Ps. The first one to me is the most important. It is permanent versus non-permanent. The way that it used to work is that all chronic illness riders, for your clients to be able to go on claim, their physician had to say that they were permanently impaired. So for an example, they could not bathe themselves or walk unattended. Basically the ADLs that we all know, that had to be permanent. And recent regulation changes has now taken that permanency away. And now they only have to be impaired for 90 days, which makes it look a lot more like a traditional long-term care plan. This is what you need to know. If you sold your client a chronic illness rider in the past and it said in the policy that they had to be permanently impaired, that has not changed for that policy. Now, most of the ones that are coming out now have changed it, and the clause says that your client no longer has to have a permanent condition, but if you've sold one, that still stands. So make sure in the future, if you're selling chronic illness riders, read the policy and make sure that it says 90 days or non-permanent. The next thing is pay now versus pay later. Rachel, what does that mean? In the chronic illness world, with some companies, you actually have an option. You can pay for the chronic illness rider up front as you go, as you pay your premiums, and you can tell your client exactly how much their monthly benefit will be. But what if you have a client that says, I really just need life insurance, Rachel. I don't care about chronic illness. I have plenty of money. Would you like to know that they have an option on the back end if they actually needed it? You actually do with some products. There are some pay later options out there. How that works is that if you buy a product with a pay later option, there is a discount factor on your death benefit. Now, you have no idea up front what their actual benefit will be because it depends on how long you've had the policy, how sick they are. There's a lot of different formulas in this, so if they know they want to plan for long-term care and chronic illness, you need to do the pay now option. I do have a quick sales idea for you though. What if you have a client that wanted long-term care and they got declined, but they can qualify for life insurance? Many of these pay later options, they may not underwrite for the long-term care and chronic illness rider option, so that means you could get them a policy, and even though it's discounted, at least you have some type of benefit. The last thing is the payouts. With chronic illness, these are indemnity style. That means that if your client goes on claim, depending on what their monthly benefit maximum is, say it's $10,000 a month, but their nursing home bill is only $7,000 a month, then you can pocket the other $3,000 and use it as you would like. So these are the 3 Ps, and we think they're very, very important for you to understand and that your client knows what the expectation is at claim time. I have 2 other things I want to show you. One is this is our consumer piece. It is Let's Talk About Long-Term Care. Talks about the different options for long-term care, and it mentions chronic illness riders in it. If you're already using this piece, please throw it away because we had to make some changes with a permanent condition change. If you've never seen this before, email Beth Thomas. She can put your logo on here. We can print it for you at cost, or you can print it yourself and you can start using this with your clients. The last thing I want to mention is we actually put this through our compliance department. We feel so strongly that we should be talking to clients about long-term care and chronic illness rider that we actually designed a waiver for you. So if you talk to a client about chronic illness and long-term care and they say, I'm not interested, I don't need that, you can actually have them sign this, that you brought it up, they declined, and stick it in their file because you want to protect yourself in case their beneficiaries or their children come after you later and ask you why, as an advisor, you didn't talk to your clients about long-term care. That's all we have for today. If you have questions, please call our sales team and we can design the right product for you.